Wildcat Basketball Weekly, presented by Hughes Federal Credit Union, home of the official U of A debit card. Get yours today at hughesfcu.org.
Welcome to another edition of Wildcat Weekly with head coach Sean Miller. Pac-12 conference play has arrived starting Thursday night. The Wildcats will host Colorado, Saturday, Utah. First of 18 games on Thursday night. Coach, you're two-time defending champion. You won 4 of the last 5. I'm not going to say there's a formula to win it every year, but is there a different approach? What approach do you like to take with your team when you start this 18-game journey?
Well, number one is really prepare each week and make sure we're the most ready that we can be. You know, especially the first game, Brian. I think sometimes because the Pac-12, you always have those 2 games in 3 days or 2 games sometimes in 4 days that you try to get ready for both at the same time. That's really not what we do. We try to be the most ready we can for that first game, and then once that game ends, move quickly and be the most ready we can on a quick turnaround for game 2. But the preparation, you know, because you're in a rhythm. You're at home for an entire week or you're gone for an entire week. You're always getting ready for, again, back-to-back types of games. And I think your practices and the preparation, it means everything because it's so much about being ready.
You've talked this week about 3 key areas for your team: rebounding, turnovers, and shooting. How much of that preparation time do you spend on those 3 areas headed into conference game number 1?
Definitely a lot, and there's different things that encompass that. For example, attacking a zone with confidence, making sure that against the zone that we create good shots so that we don't look different, play different against the zone versus a man-to-man. And so that goes to the shooting part. That also goes to the turnovers. As teams change defenses, and in the Pac-12, we experience that quite a bit, that we can be a team that still takes care of the ball, 10 or fewer turnovers, and that we create good shots. So we're working hard at that. You know, defensively, that's a big deal as well, Brian. I mean, to make the other team miss, and then when they miss, to be able to get that first shot defensive rebound. And that's plagued us through our non-conference season, and it's something that we're aware of. We're trying to improve. And this year, we need everybody to rebound. Point guard, center, guy who doesn't start, the starting 5. And I think the numbers are really important towards our success.
Life is what you make it, full of endless possibilities and opportunities at every corner. In our fast-paced world, Hughes helps you with what matters most, delivering dreams, adding value to your life. Where you bank matters. For you, your family, and your future. We are local, rooted in the community you call home. Join us on the journey of life. Hughes Federal Credit Union, ranked the #1 credit union in Arizona by Forbes.
Wildcat Basketball Weekly continues, presented by Hughes Federal Credit Union.
Your team's been very balanced so far this season. There's 2 guys the fans might say have surprised them the most, in a good way: Chase Jeter and Brandon Randolph. And that's simply because of their past statistics. Chase, when he was at Duke, didn't put up the numbers like he has this season. Randolph's made a huge jump from freshman to sophomore season. Have those guys surprised you at all?
You know, yes and no. We're, as a coaching staff, more aware of what they can do because, you know, we're with them in the summer months and spring and in the fall. And then you're around them a year ago in practice, so you got a sense of their improvement. And, you know, Brandon, he's kind of how it used to be in that he came here with a talented roster, practiced very hard every day against that talented roster, had opportunities in games, maybe not as big of an opportunity as some freshmen get, but he grew from that experience. He's had a very good offseason, and then he returns in his second year better and more ready. And it's great to see. Chase, it's different for him because at Duke, you know, their quality of play speaks for itself. He's older, and this is really his first real opportunity to play heavy minutes in a big role. If you think back to him being recruited at Bishop Gorman High School, Chase had great options, and he's a very talented player. He played on the USA basketball team. So we were aware of what he can do. It's great to see him establish himself confidence-wise, and hopefully he's going to build on his non-conference season. Really, Brandon, Randolph, and Chase Jeter are very, very important to our conference season, that they continue to be consistent and maybe even add to what they've already done.
Although there was a coaching change this week in the conference, it's been a very stable conference coaching-wise. And so you're going to see Tad Boyle come into town on Thursday night. You know him well. You know his team's style well. What does Colorado do well this season?
Well, they push the ball. They play at a very fast tempo. They have an excellent point guard in McKinley Wright. You know, what we just talked about with Brandon Randolph. They have a number of young players that have gained experience, and now they return as sophomores, juniors. Tyler Bay, one of their forwards, is an excellent player, and I think he's on track to be one of our conference's best. But Colorado rebounds the ball well. They push the tempo. They have balanced scoring, and they don't rely just on their starters. They get great bench play. So it's going to be a big challenge.
All right, Wildcats open Pac-12 play Thursday night against the Colorado Buffaloes. Utah in town on Saturday afternoon, and we'll see you next time on Wildcat Weekly.
Thank you for watching Wildcat Basketball Weekly, presented by Hughes Federal Credit Union, home of the free U of A Visa debit card. Get yours today at hughesfcu.org. Federally insured by NCUA.